Hey everybody, welcome back to Unite Inside. I am Jessica and I help people unite with all the parts inside of them. And in this video, we are going to talk about a very important topic that has something to do with manifestation. And I want to really share with you the secret that I discovered in my own life that literally made me manifest my best life. And I kid you not, I actually manifested my dream life. And I went from having such a really hard time to having such a really good time. And a lot of people that want to learn about the law of attraction and they really want to manifest their dream life and they have a lot of faith and they really want to manifest, a lot of times it actually doesn't work. And for most people, let's be honest, manifestation doesn't work for most people. And a lot of people wonder why. Why is it that when I try to manifest, it never manifests? It's like it's a lot harder than we think it is. And I really want to help you because a long time ago, I actually faced the same issue. I had a lot of, I read a lot of books. I watched The Secret movie. I invested in a lot of people that can help me. I also um, was just obsessively reading about law of attraction and like trying to understand and apply in my own life. I tried visualization, I tried a lot of things, and it really did not work. I'm talking about for actually manifesting big things, like becoming really abundant or manifesting a really good relationship that actually that actually works instead of like failing. Um, it's like a lot of times I would manifest something and then it would turn out to not be what I want. Or a lot of times I would manifest little things um, and I would fail to manifest big things. And I feel like a lot of people go through this. And so I want to tell you, I want to end your headache right now by telling you the secret, which is the identity loop. In this video, we're going to talk about it. In the last video I made, I actually talked about something that blocks you and makes you experience failure when it comes to your manifestation, which is called emotional stagnation. You can go and watch that movie. Watch that video. I said movie, but yeah, maybe because I'm thinking about the movie of The Secret. But anyways, in this video, we're going to talk about the identity loop, which is another thing that is very crucial and important to understand because it literally caused a lot of it always made a lot of people not get their manifestations, and you might be one of them. Is because of their identity. So let's talk more about it and unpack it. I don't want to waste your time, so we're just gonna go through it. The first thing you have to understand about the identity loop is that you have to realize that like manifestation works in a specific way. Okay? Like, this is how manifestation starts. At first, it starts with a thought. Okay? So, when you are thinking about something that you want to manifest, it doesn't manifest just because you're thinking about it, but it is the start of like a potential manifestation. Okay? When we think of something. But when you keep thinking about it, what happens is that it creates an emotion. And then that emotion, if you keep feeling it all the time, if you always think about it, which creates a feeling, and you always have that feeling in you. Like, for example, let's say that when you were a kid, you've always experienced criticism. So you always thought, oh my God, I might not be good enough. Oh my God, I might not be good enough. And so that actually created that feeling in you. With time, it started to create a feeling of not feeling good enough. And then I want to tell you from here, the feelings actually turn into beliefs. The more you feel something, the more you start to believe it, because the more you start to fear it more. If you fear a certain limiting belief, you actually more likely to start believing it. Because why? It's because it starts to look like, oh my God, um, it starts to look like it might be true. And this is what actually scares people. because they think, oh my God, this is starting to look like I am not good enough. I really am not good enough. Because it didn't happen once, it happens over and over and over. And a lot of us experience a lot of patterns from our parents that actually made us experience the same thing over and over. And so once you start to experience that emotion, then it turns into a belief. And so now you believe that you're not good enough. And so once you believe you're not good enough and you keep believing it all the time, then it actually turns into an identity. And that's the dangerous thing. And it doesn't just turn into an identity. There's actually two things that happen before it turns into an identity, which is first, it becomes like a habit. Like it becomes like a habit to think of yourself as someone that is not good enough. It happens sometimes and then you think about it, but then it becomes like a pattern. So you actually create like a pattern that reinforces your beliefs. And then once that happens and you have that pattern in you, which means you act in a certain way, you carry yourself in a certain way, you do certain behaviors that actually reinforces the fact that you are indeed not good enough. This is just an example of one of your limiting beliefs that is being reinforced. And this is how it's creating your reality. Okay? Like, what do I mean with this pattern reinforces your limiting belief? I mean with it is that if you don't feel good enough, you might start to do more than you should. You might start to please people. You might start to become more of a perfectionist. You might start to not let your feelings show or not value yourself and put yourself last. All these things, actually, when you do them, even though a part of you is trying to protect you from not being good enough, you're already acting out as though you are not good enough. And so when you do this, even though you might not 100% know that you are not good enough, you're just acting that way because you're scared. I'm just showing you this is how your this is the egotistical pattern that you have that's happening within you. This is your ego's patterns. And I'm telling you why it's doing it. It's because it's scared. So understanding your patterns and why is it doing the way it's doing, what it's doing, it's actually easier. It makes it easier for you to release that pattern. And also, it makes it easier for you to let go of that limiting belief. Like it just becomes like, okay, this is easy for me because now I know, I'm aware of what my body, what my ego is doing. Okay, so that's where it becomes an identity, because now not only do you believe that you are not good enough, you actually carry yourself as though you are someone that's not good enough. You act as though you're not good enough. You think about it all the time. You believe it, and you even um, like it's almost like you feel it, you have that feeling all the time, and you hold on to the feeling. You don't like let it go. um there is this feeling that when you feel not good enough, it's almost like your body thinks, okay, I have to keep feeling this way because it's protecting me, because if I don't feel this way, then I'm more likely to find out that I'm not good enough. Okay? And so for you to not get overwhelmed here, I just want to tell you that once your beliefs become your identity, and once you become somebody that has an identity of someone that's not good enough or of a poor person, that's where you're attracting your reality from. Because then you know that you attract who you are and not what you want and not what you wish for. None of that. You attract who you are as a person. It's mostly your identity. If you identify as someone that's poor, you're always gonna manifest a reality that's poor. It's all about your core beliefs about yourself, what you think you deserve. If you think you deserve and you're worthy of a lifestyle of a rich person, it's going to be easy for you to let yourself align with it. But if you don't think you're worthy of it, your ego is going to try to actually give you some beliefs that will make you feel better to protect you from the fact that you actually don't feel worthy of it. Like, for example, you might believe money is the root of all evil. That's actually a protective belief, because you don't actually believe money is evil. It just makes you feel better to believe that money is evil, because then you feel better about your situation. When you're already hopeless and you don't think that you can make money because you don't think you deserve to make money, people, like, and you see other people that make money, You have to do something to make yourself feel better about it, because then you'll feel bad about yourself. Why don't you have money but they have money? What is wrong with you? That's what your mind is thinking. So then your mind thinks, for me to feel better about this, let me make this protective belief. So you have to break down your ego's patterns, okay, and protective beliefs. And also, you have to reach to what is my limiting beliefs. Like, you have to, the first step to do is to examine your limiting beliefs, okay? Examine your limiting beliefs by asking yourself, what are, what do I truly feel that I am right now? Who do I, you have to be honest. It's really important for you to be honest about yourself. Why? It's because once you're honest, then you're actually able to become aware of where you are and what to do. Um, then, like, once you're aware, then you know what you need to release. So you have to be aware. I am telling you right now that you have to be aware. How do you do this? Go and meditate, close your eyes, tell yourself truly, who do you think you are? And just be honest. I really think I'm someone that's poor. I've never really had money. My parents never had money. This is just an example. I don't really think that I'm worthy of money, and I think that I need to work really hard for it. And even if I do work hard for it, I might not manifest it because I don't deserve it. It's just I'm not that lucky. That actually might be one of your beliefs. And you have to understand, when you have that type of belief, just know that you're going to manifest it. Just know that it's blocking you, because that is a belief that's definitely going to act out in your reality. You're going to see it. And it's probably why you haven't manifested what you want yet. And just so you know, your ego is holding on to this belief for a reason. There's always a reason why our egos hold on to certain beliefs, because they always get a payoff out of that. So find out, if you want to release them, what is the payoff that my ego is getting from holding on to this belief? Once you discover, and once you are honest with yourself and aware of where you are and who you think you are, then ask yourself, why am I holding on to it? A lot of times our ego literally holds on to a certain identity because they are getting something out of it, like I said. And a lot of times it's because they're getting some sort of a validation. Like, oh, look at you, you're poor, but you're such a good person, and you really are not materialistic, and you really don't care about money. Sometimes people identify with that stuff. It just makes them feel good about themselves. And it also, because it prevents them from the truth that they feel within them, that maybe they don't deserve money. You know, it works as a protective mechanism, and it also works as a way for them to get something out of a bad thing, because your ego always tries to get something out of a bad thing. If your ego thinks that it's just never going to get money, it's going to try to find a way to get something out of not having money. And so find out what it is. It might be a very serious thing that your ego is actually deciding to hold on to. Okay? When I was talking to my partner the other day, I actually asked him, I was giving him a session, and I actually, he said to me that he was having some difficulties believing in, like, that more money can come. And I actually asked him this question: why do you think you're not letting yourself make more money? And then he literally said to me that he's holding on, his ego is holding on to this identity of being perfect, of like having to, like, you know, being able to be adaptable with like any circumstance, and being able to, like, you know, get get by with like little, you know, like that was coming up for him, and it was actually blocking him. And then once he released, he was able to make more money. And so that's how it works. You have to understand, there's always like a reason why your ego is holding on to certain beliefs. There's also always a reason why you're believing in certain beliefs, and also your identity. Okay, so this is one of the most important things that you have to know about the identity loop. Okay, and how your beliefs work is that It's all about identity. If you really want to manifest your perfect best life, I literally went from having the worst relationships of my whole life to having the best relationship of my life. I went from living in my small town with my parents, not having enough money, not having enough food, not having enough good things to like entertain myself with, to living in my favorite city, and also being near the beach, having a really good house. There's a lot that changed in my life once I actually let go of my old identity that I was holding onto, um, of who I thought I was, who I identified with, and I actually started identifying with this new identity. Okay, I started identifying with someone that has so much money. That's someone that can manifest a lot of money, someone that can line up with fortune, with great fortune, someone that can experience so much love, so much joy in her life. Okay, it's all about the identity. And then I started actually, um, you know, becoming that person, like becoming, matching the vibration, living as that part of me, and living as this version of me. And I actually want to show you how to do this. I want to help you to literally reach a point where you're like, I have let go of my old identity. I have become a new person. I am feeling so much better. My energetic system is open. There's no resistance. You're open fully for your new identity, for your new life with your new identity. Okay? So this is so important. It's one of the most important things that I actually discovered in my own life, is that I was so blocked. Like, I literally was wondering, why am I hitting these walls? Why am I not manifesting what I desire? Why am I not having the life that I desire? And as soon as I started letting go of my old identity, I started identifying with a new identity. I started believing in more things, in different things that I believed in before. And I'll tell you exactly what I did to actually get there. So I'm going to tell you this in the next video. I hope that this video really helped you to understand that this is the secret and this is why you're not getting your manifestations. Okay? So in the next video, we're going to talk about the steps to actually becoming your new version, becoming a new identity, creating a new identity. Okay? Also, I have a program where I personally help people navigate this process and let go of these beliefs. We do a lot of sessions where we literally explore how you have these limiting beliefs, these protective mechanisms, and these deep inner patterns that your ego has created to protect you. And we actually dig deeper, and then we let go of these beliefs, we release them from your system, and then we adopt a new identity. And then I show you exactly how to embody this new personality and this new persona, how to get ready for your blessings, and to actually put yourself in the perfect timeline that you desire, in your highest timeline. And I have so much proof from my own life. I have manifested so much things that I never even dreamt of before. Okay, so I hope that this video helped you, and I will see you in the next video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video.